Welcome back. So we still have a couple characters to play as, and I think precisely one picture to get. And that one picture we don't have is in the last. What's the deal with these guys? But that picture is actually in the last level. I just want to. I think his shtick is just being possessed or something. Bye. Donate. But I want to, at the very least, see what Timmy has to say to Crocker at the end of this. Because I would like to see what characters say to different bosses that are relevant to them. What are you doing there, Jenny? Oh, you're doing that. Okay, cool. Yeah, everyone seems to take closer to 3 shots now in this level. I guess that's just the game getting harder. What are you doing in here? You're in a cafeteria. In fact, I really do wonder what some of these characters are supposed to be doing around here. Some of them actually are in places where it would kind of make sense for them to be, and they're just going about what their lives would be like if they lived in this universe. But that's oftentimes not the case, either. What's happening here? There you go. It's weird how I'm getting a different character each time, but there we go. None of them are disappearing each time. Lunch. Oh, this is the only one where we had random SpongeBob characters appearing. Hey, Squiddy. What are you doing in here, like, in the back area of the cafeteria? Jeez, Andy. Hitting a moving target 3 times is a bit much. Getting a good look at each of these. It's a weird idea that they had that, you know, just have a recurring theme in this room of SpongeBob characters dining in the sinks. Thought Daniel was gonna blast that guy on the ground for a second there. I never know who to take a picture of to prompt them to do things. Get out of here, Chester. You don't want to be in the crossfire. Boom. And objectives. I just got rid of you, Krabs. Why are you so small? You're half Timmy's height. Land is kind of weird. The one time that we have seen the SpongeBob characters go on land, at least that I've seen them, I guess, in the episodes that aired that I saw, namely the one where they're challenged to go up on land without water and try to breathe, and Sandy doing vice versa. They seem to be implied to be pretty small. But then, of course, in video games, that's never the case. In any other kind of crossover event. Heck, you're not even a cartoon. Not yet, at least. It's so strange they put him here. But yeah, so I didn't really finish this thought a couple episodes ago. I've seen some people accuse Tak of being one of those things that tried to paint itself as more popular than it did. I don't know how true that is, but like Tak not having been that popular among the other Nicktoons, at least in the Nicktoons games, he also always felt like a bit of an outsider. I don't think his show is that successful either. I don't get the impression, because I just didn't air for long, I don't think. Or at least I just never really heard about it. I heard that it had a game at one point, and that was kind of it. Oh, darn it, no, this is the wrong person. Helga. Oh, I already played as. Okay, this isn't any loss, I guess. Okay, we still saw some. You little twerp. Yeah, see, there you go. We still saw some new dialogue. I'll take it. Hey. This is one of the easier ones. Ah! How about what she was like on the third go? There you go. Thanks, Timmy. And we got to see Timmy's nice little victory pose too. So I think it was still worth finishing the other levels just to see more content in the game. Because in a strict sense, we probably won't see everything in this game. Because we won't see all the dialogue, for instance, that you can get. I think the most interesting dialogue is when you have characters that match up with the boss they're fighting. Ah, maybe All Grown Up World was where you had Crocker. Oh well. Boom. That's cool. Bye. Timmy's still trapped, just sitting there with the ghost. You see him walking around in there. Okay, so only one left, I think. We're going in the fairy world. Only one missing for Zim, which is defeated Gur, I guess. The reason I'm certain of that is because everyone from this point onwards, starting with Eddie Robot, you have green background, which is a boss, and they have red background, which is the defeated boss. And I notice here, we have Gur with a green background, and then after Gur, we have something that might be Gur, is probably most likely Gur, based on the shape. And then after that we have green Invader Zim background, and then red Zim. So the pattern here is that the pattern here indicates that we're missing Gur with a red background, that is to say, defeated Gur. Fruit, best character. It's interesting seeing SpongeBob not get top billing in this game. Back in those days. Okay. In fact, the IP that really gets the most attention in a certain ways is kind of Jimmy Neutron. Like, he gets lots of screen time himself, but his world actually doesn't show up, which might be for the better because he doesn't fit art style-wise. Alright, so now we need to go after... I wish we didn't have to do this part again, but oh well. So now we have to go after Gur this time instead of, well, anything else. Ah! This level is a bit longer than it should be, I think. I can't really get that far behind these big ones before I destroy them, because my range is so short. I can only move the reticle so far away from my ship. Of course, when possible, I should make use of the fact that I can run, quote unquote, as well. Oh, come on. Silly hitboxes. It's weird how there's a top meter too, though. What looks like one. Like, it looks almost like that meter up top would be used for a race, because you have almost like two lanes. You have the bottom one that Jimmy's on, and then you have something else, the top one. But it never gets used, so I don't know. It almost seems to imply that you would be expected to actually have to like race sim and do some time-sensitive thing here, but that isn't quite what happens. And you eventually catch up to the boot runner, but then you just take a picture of it. So I'll focus all my attention on Gur once I get to the fight, though. Sometimes it's good, too, to just use the run button, I think, because that centers the reticle on you, because otherwise your reticle and ship can get a little bit out of sync, and it's hard to hit things that are directly in front of you. That's one more advanced technique, I guess you could call it, that I never really fully got used to in this game. Ow. I imagine each character has like an animation for running out of life too, which I guess I just won't see. Just I don't run out of life in this game. I don't think. I don't know if I ever ran out of life in this game. Did I? I actually don't remember. Ooh, that's surprising. That was not surprising. I did not have much remedy there for my situation. Ah! Come on now, I'm not getting much ground here. And I do not have much energy left. You know, maybe you should get a windshield that actually covers your face or something, Jimmy. It might be safer. There we go. Ooh. I think we only had this much health left for the boss fight too, though. Hopefully we don't have to redo the whole thing if we die in the boss fight. Well, that was easier than the first time. Okay. Ow. Oh, I got a look, I had a picture of her right there for a second. Yeah, I got it. Oh yeah, I guess it's just a picture of matter of getting 2 pictures of Gur in a row. Okay, same ones. Alternate ending. I managed to die in the one way that doesn't let you see a sprite for anyone. Oh, but if you get anything for completing your photo album, wait, does it count as completed? Yes, it still does. So, if you get anything for completing your photo album, you might have to complete a level afterwards for it to count. I'm not sure how. So where do we want to go? So what characters do we have? So, or rather, which characters which boss fights did we encounter in each place? So here in Fairly Odd Parents was... I actually don't remember. But we just went through there, so whatever. SpongeBob was Jack Fenton. Who has an Open Shores? I don't remember. Nay Phantom was not Crocker. Crocker was on All Grown Up, but we've already played as Timmy now. We can look at the list of robots, actually. Oh, there you go. Helga. Squidward was... Which one was the robot Squidward, actually? Well, Helga was... Danny Phantom. Was Squidward the... I don't quite remember which one was a where now. So we didn't have Timmy meet Crocker. We didn't have SpongeBob meet Squidward either, but we've already played as SpongeBob. No, there's not really anyone left that corresponds to a character we haven't played as yet. Okay. By the way, apologies, 1 second, I'll check. How many recordings have we done tonight? This is the last episode to record tonight. Darn it! Okay, I might not actually complete any more levels anyways. Because at this point I just want to see what the other characters are. And that's really it. So we have Jimmy to play as, and Tommy. I want to acknowledge Tommy. And I won't even complete this level, honestly. Or see different win animations for characters or anything. I just want to see characters and their different animations for things. Oh, that's weird. Does it have a different animation for taking a picture of things in the air, it looks like? Look at his feet. Can I keep his feet still? No, he does. And also looked like it was standing in the air, but not quite. Oh, does he not have a different animation for a different sprite for taking a picture while walking? Looks like he doesn't. That's weird. Tommy's here at least. To acknowledge him being here. I would like to see his victory pose and things like that, but that would require going through more levels. And either me staying up late tonight, or just going way over time with, Patrick, what are you doing? With this episode? Well, actually, both of those would happen at the same time. Or, me going another week without having finished this game. So I think I'll call it here with Tommy, to be honest. Oh wait, but if there's anything to unlock, darn, I might have to do that with if there's anything to unlock, I might have to do that with by completing a level again. Shoot. Okay, I can't remember who is in which area. I guess I will have to spend another like 15 minutes going through this. Darn it, that always happens. I always end up going over time somehow. But Jack Fenton was the one in that one place. Well, it doesn't really matter. Because I'm just going to be playing as Jimmy either way. Which one might be shortest? I think that prince was the first. I'll go through the SpongeBob world because I think that's the second. Was it? Or maybe first? I don't remember if these are in order or not, but either way, I don't think it was super long, and I want to see Jimmy. Hello Jimmy, do you read me? Alternate Universe Jimmy. SpongeBob trapped in a tree. Oh, see, that was nice. Why couldn't Timmy have a nice poof in? Like that. It's a little distracting how he uses that. I think as he jumps. Oh, I like that he actually breaks part of the shield to take a picture. But I expect this game gives me something for 100% completion. In fact, I believe I know what it is. But to see it, I might need to complete a level first. Do I have a fast forward button set up? One second. This is a little weird, but I want to... Can I set up on my controller in this game a way to speed up the game? There's fast forward, fast forward. Oh, first I need to fix my controls. Why the... Whatever. Let's say... Let's make that... That. Okay, there we go. Ah! It's toggle. I didn't think... That's not what I meant. Can I not make it like hold to fast forward? How is that done? I know how to make a fast forward by holding the fast forward, but I don't know how to change the setting for that actually. Ah. Oh, they both got set to that? No, don't do that. There. Is that what I want now? No? What's happening here? And I'm gonna start losing time by doing this instead. I'm trying to save myself time by making the game go in fast forward. Okay, so I have tab set. Oh. Wait a minute. Okay. Now for the pad. That. Right? Right? No? Why can't I fast forward now? It's like I broke it. Not even when I said to fast forward it doesn't work. Silly emulator things. Apologies for this. What if I set it to... Well, I don't really have a good button for this. There. Does that work now? There you go. I can hold down the thumbstick and that'll speed things up, which is a little awkward, but whatever. There you go. Oh, look, I'll need to be careful about taking damage. But otherwise, you really just need to place characters, and that's enough. Look at that, Jimmy. Why does Goddard just randomly appear whenever he takes pictures? That's really strange. And be careful at how much I fast forward here, but... He draws everyone. He really does. Wow. This should hopefully make life a little bit better by being able to fast forward things. Of course, if I die, then that won't be the case anymore. I'll go away. Do you have the score yet? What are you doing there, SpongeBob? Just your little outfit. Hey, Jay. You're very pleased by these events, I see. Okay. Yeah, there we go! You actually had to complete a level first. Not all the levels, notably. You just have to complete a level after you complete all that. And now we have Zim! Beautiful, best character. Out of the way, Arnold. So yeah, Snatch, I will acknowledge Zim. I wish I could see Zim's... I want to see his what he says for fighting bosses too. Darn it, I'm gonna be... I'm sorry, I can't really justify doing that. Taking time for that. Unless, like, I get explicit requests to do so. To actually come back to this game and just play through everything as Zim. In fact, I could do a Zim-only playthrough if people wanted. But, unless there's explicit requests to do that, I'll just play as... This is the most earthly world. I'll just play as Zim. And at least see, like, his little... His more... Zim! Nothing particularly special about his stats. Oh, look at that. Yeah, see, I want to see animations like that. Like, these pictures are fairly, or these sprites and whatnot are fairly true to the art styles too, which I really like. Striking a pose. I love it. And random fruit. Gotta have random fruit. Maybe it's a matter of having different poses though for taking pictures when you're at different like levels of camera power. Because I don't think Jimmy had Goddard with him at first, but then at one point Goddard started appearing. Once I got to, or at some point, and I guess the reason for that was, hey Jenny, sorry. We haven't gotten certain upgrades? Something like that? I don't know if you actually have like a bunch of different sprites for different... Like for every power level you have or anything like that? Or maybe it's just for maximum power of some sort, I don't know, because I don't think right now that my sprites are any different for... Bye! Good luck getting that guy to get sent back home. Invader Zim and Rugrats, who would have expected this to ever happen? Crossovers are a wonderful thing. Earth Squid. But I noticed that Gur appears in Zim's little unlock portrait, so I want to see if Gur will also appear if I get high enough camera power or something. Fast forward a little bit to save ourselves a little bit of time. Not getting any drops from these guys though. It's a drop from someone, but it's nothing I really need. I don't think. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, is it for... Do you have different poses for, Yeah, because it's a... You have, like, different powers of Flash. He has this disguise on for one of them. That looks really cool. I like how Gur's taking a picture now, too. So is it just my my more powerful pictures, like the ones where I have a fuller charge? Yeah, it's how many charges you have left. Alright, so I missed some stuff for Tommy too by not being a fuller charge. I mean, if people really want to see it, I can come back to this and play. And just play as other characters, see what their dialogue is, things like that. But otherwise, I think we'll have to say that this is enough. I admit, these are cool. I do like seeing these other sprites. And some of these look really nice. I like the lighting on the jumping one too. That comes in, like, tries to look uninterested too, as Gur takes a picture for him of fruit. It's also just nice playing as Zim for something, you know? Okay, but otherwise, unless people explicitly ask otherwise, I'll call it here. I always like seeing every last little thing you can see in a game. I don't know if everyone feels similarly though, but I like this game. I didn't really give my thoughts on the game either, although I gave some of my thoughts while I was playing it, and my thoughts haven't really changed. It gets a little dull and repetitive at some points, sometimes because of the normal gameplay, sometimes because like the last part of the game is a little repetitive in its own right too, especially the last portion where you're playing as Jimmy or walking with Zim. Ugh. But on the whole, like, you see so many characters from different IPs, and the sprite work is so good. That's such an important part of it. But like, as a game for gameplay, is it that great or interesting? Not necessarily, but it's made bearable and enjoyable even by the fact that as a licensed game, I think this is a good game. I tend to judge games by being one, licensed games, and two, like, games separately. And this game, you see lots of characters together and being acknowledged, and less common IPs too, less acknowledged Nicktoons IPs. I like that a lot. And you get to have at least some dialogue from the characters too, acknowledgement of them being in character, and lots of references to the shows that they're from individual scenes and things like that. Lots of characters from those shows that are incredibly minor characters too, which I think is great. This game has a lot of love evidently and obviously put into it, which is something that I value highly. And Zim being cool and making use of his pack. I'd like to see what Zim's like if he has maximum photo power, because I don't know if that has a separate sprite or not. Maybe it doesn't, I'm not sure. But for now, I say we're done here. Now, the one thing that this game doesn't have that I'd like it to have is, I think it's a little lacking in terms of interaction between characters. But that's a separate thing. That's not this game being good as a licensed game. Being good as a crossover game means I want to see interactions between the different characters and interactions to their own and other characters' environments and things like that. I think this game lacks in that a little bit, but as a crossover game, I think it's alright. As a game, I think it's alright. As a licensed game, I think it's very good, if all of that makes sense, and I'm happy to have played this. I wish it didn't take me so long to get to it, but at the same time, it's nice to, every now and then, always from time to time, you just find something that's surprisingly nice, which is why I keep playing these games. Like, the GBA version of Battle for Volcano Island, for instance, I loved. And especially with licensed games where you see all sorts of different interpretations of the same idea over and over, but it's so different every time. And sometimes it works out really well, sometimes not at all. But you never know what you're gonna get, and the excitement of the fact that sometimes it's something really fun and cool, and just the actual enjoyment and fun of it being something really cool is nice. And at the same time, I get to acknowledge the few people who have played this and actually enjoyed the game too, back in those days when it was actually first released. So whoever played this game and enjoyed it back in the day, you could feel a little bit more validated by me having also acknowledged them playing it all those years ago, and having enjoyed it, and me having enjoyed it too. I'm getting into my habit of talking too fast again. I need to work on that, but I'm getting excited. I can be emphatic about how I say things, you know? And I can also end things with you know, which I exclusively do that while recording Let's Plays. I don't know how that happened. Anyways, this is a double-length episode already. That's kind of tradition for the last episode of a game, I guess. But either way, I need to do things that aren't playing video games for a little bit. So, well, and without cursors on the screen. Bye everyone! What will I play next? Oh, I can play the thing I was actually planning to play instead of this next. This game was a funny, happy little accident. I didn't intend to play this when I played it, because something else wasn't working. But I got that thing working, so we'll play something else after this. Who knows how good that will be or not be, but it'll be something a bit bigger. It'll be a console game, I'll say that much. And I think it'll generate some interest. Whatever the case. Bye everyone!